Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is JohnDaGamer64, the legend, the one and only, and yours truly. And welcome to another collection video. I'm going to try to knock all these videos out, even though the next few systems are going to be a bit long. So at the same time, I kind of dread it, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, just got to do it, man. Got to do it. And you guys, you can see here, I got the new Daivoon Pixel video display here. So the 32x32 model. I'll do a separate video on that one, give you my first impressions about it. But yeah, repping the Dreamcast today. So yeah, man, it'll be a good one. Alrighty folks, so I'm going to start off with the loose games for the Sega Dreamcast collection here. Alright, so first two I got from the $2 bin from Retro City Games. So first game we have is Virtua Tennis. Pretty fun arcade style tennis game. And next we got is Toy Story 2, Sega Dreamcast. Pretty fun 3D platformer. Alright. And got a CD wallet of games. So I guess these are games that I bought loose, never had a case. I think some of them I did have a case before, but lost them in a move or something along those lines. Anyways, yes. So we got Quake 3 Arena. Pretty great first-person shooter. Although, I do like Unreal Tournament better. Although, I do love the first Quake. Out of the first 3 Quake games, it's always the first one. And that remaster is awesome. Yeah, that'd be great if they do a remaster of Quake 2 and 3 Arena. Well, I guess that's what the Quake Champions was kind of like. But yeah. Alright, so top left we got House of the Dead 2. And then Vigilante 8 Second Offense. Bottom left. Okay, and then top right we got Hydro Thunder. Such a fun arcade boat racer. It's always fun when you like turbo into like the tourists on the boat and then you just hear them scream. Like, that's hilarious. And then we got the Sega Smashback Volume 1. I don't think they even released the Volume 2 as far as I know, but yeah. Alright, and we got NBA 2K2. I think I have the case somewhere. I just don't know if I have it in one of my boxes for storage or not, but yeah. And then Evolution, World of Sacred Device. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Fortunately, I lost the case for that one. So, it is what it is. And we got NFL 2K, football game. Trick Style, fun hoverboarding, futuristic racing game. And we got Wild Metal. You can tell it's from Hollywood Video with their freaking gaping sticker on top of the disc. Alright, and we got Spiderman. Very first 3D Spider-Man game. And we have Dynamite Cop, sequel to the Die Hard arcade game that was in the arcades and then ported to Saturn. We got Carrier, fun Resident Evil-like horror game with like monster plants and stuff. And then we got Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, Roadsters. We got the 3D iteration of Centipede. Got Star Lancer. Those are one Xbox, one Wii game, so don't worry about those. Okay. And we have Jet Ground Radio. I know I have the case somewhere for that one. There's no way in hell I lost it. So. And then of course we have the fun Crazy Taxi 1 and 2 here. Hey, hey, hey. No time to take a breath. Alright, and we got the sequel, Evolution 2. Again, I have the case somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Next games. Oh yeah, so back to complete games here. Well, more or less this one isn't. This was actually a loose, but it's Nightmare Creatures 2. Very fun, unique, like gothic horror slashing game. Very fun. Even though this isn't the right case for it, so I just had a random case for it. So, all right, and then we have a complete copy of Tomb Raider: Last Revelation. Then we got Grandia 2. I think I only paid like $22 for this one. And that's good because I'm pretty sure this game's going up in value. And then also we got the Grandia HD collection on Switch. So that's pretty cool. So I get to play the first Grandia that was on Saturn and PS1 if I'm not mistaken. And we got Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Pretty solid Resident Evil title. Even though Resident Evil 3 Remake, it was good, but they changed some things that they shouldn't have changed. But, you know, I kind of felt the same way in Resident Evil 2 Remake, but, you know, still solid games. Well, of course, I always play the original compared to the remakes. Alright, and we got Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Hell yeah. This was the game that got me into the anime, manga, and all that. Alright, and then we got Incoming. Fun little arcade shooter. And we got Armada. Fun little sci-fi space shooter. We got horror game. Got The Ring, Terror's Realm. With a shitty Game Crazy sticker that didn't come off, but I'm sure I'll remove it at some point. Then we got Virtual On, Oratorio Tangram. Definitely a great mech series. Of course, I love the first one on Sega Saturn. Fortunately, I don't have the sticks for these, though. I think the twin sticks were like released in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. But it was cool because like even the Japanese sticks works on American console anyway. Yeah. All right, so we got Urban Chaos. All right, well, crazy cop game. It's like kind of in the vein of like Tomb Raider and GTA in a way. But, and we got Zombie Revenge. Has that same B-movie charm as the House of the Dead series, and ironically, you know, it's made by Sega. And there's also the House of the Dead level, like mansion. So I thought that was pretty cool. And we got Sonic Shuffle. Definitely a unique game. Like I kind of see how they kind of like made it their own. Oh shit. Sorry, folks. Made it in their own style as opposed to, you know, just straight up copying Mario Party. So yeah, it does have mini games, but it has this cool like RPG system when you fight enemies on the board. So I thought it was pretty cool. Very unique game. Very unique. Alright, so next we have is Demolition Racer. One Destruction Derby. And next we have is King of Fighters Evolution. Alright folks, sorry about that. Figured you want to see this on the side as opposed to the games blocking the display here. Alright, and we got Sonic Adventure. Awesome game, man. Like, I definitely prefer this one over Sonic Adventure 2. I know, that's like, oh, really? Like, Sonic Adventure 2 is better. But, you know, that's just my opinion. But I like the story better, and the music, and yeah, it was just, you know, probably one of my favorite, like, Sonic 3D games of all time, for sure. But I freaking fell in love with this game when I got Dreamcast. I think it was this and Crazy Taxi were my first games. Well, I actually think it came with a demo disc and had Sonic Adventure on it. But my first games was Sonic Adventure and Crazy Taxi.
Alright, and next we got is Expendable. Pretty cool
Contra style shooter.
Alright, so then we got a sweet Capcom fighter. We got Techromancer. Pretty cool
Mech. Like anime mech fighter. 3D fighter.
Alright, so we got Pin Tricelon. Really crazy looking cartoon style, like decathlon type thing.
Yeah, so you like, you know, race and other stuff. Yeah.
Alright, so we got Revolts.
Definitely one of my favorite racing games of all time, for sure. I just love the RC car aesthetic and, you know, just being small. Like, I always appreciate games where, like, you play as, like, a small character, a big world. You know, just small scales. Fun.
But yeah, Revolt's great. Alright, so next we got is NFL Blitz 2001. My favorite arcade
Football series of all time.
And we got NFL Blitz 2000.
Still know that code to play is rated.
Alright. And we got Star Wars Demolition. This was pretty cool. This was like basically like Twisted Metal, just with Star Wars characters. And I love how like Boba Fett, you know, has his jetpack and just fly around shooting missiles and whatnot. Pretty solid, man.
Yep. And one of the best Resident Evil games of all time, we got
Resident Evil Code Veronica.
But I still question Capcom as to why they didn't just remake the last, like, tank-style game, which was Code Veronica. I mean, sure, Resident Evil 4 Remake's gonna be great, but I would have preferred Code Veronica, personally. But, you know. Alright, and speaking of
Survival horror, we got Alone in the Dark, the new nightmare.
Alright, and next we got is
Frogger 2. Sweet sequel to the first Frogger 3D iteration. It's pretty fun.
Pretty fun.
Right. And we got Red Dog. Very cool vehicular combat here.
Alright. And of course, you can't have a Dreamcast collection without
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
And I believe I also do have the Japanese copy of it too somewhere.
Alright, and we got Blue Stinger.
Guess this one's kind of like more action horror type game. But I love how like around this time in the game it's like Christmas and it plays that cheery Christmas music while you're like killing mutants and stuff. Plus I like dogs. It's like when you pick him, he's like caca.
Alright, so we got Plasma Sword, Nightmare of Bilstein.
Another great Capcom fighter. Alright, so we got
Tomb Raider Chronicles.
next we got
MDK2.
Definitely a great series. Full of humor. Great shoot 'em up action. So what's not to like? Plus, it's from the same people who brought you Earthworm Jim, which is Interplay. Yeah. And we got the first Dino Crisis. Hey, Capcom. Remake Dino Crisis 1 and 2. Shit, you didn't remake Dino Crisis 3 on Xbox, because that one could have been a hell of a lot better. I mean, I don't own that one, but I did play it at Blue Ranger Power's house. And I was like, it's questionable design decisions. I mean, it sounded cool. It was like, you know, undead dinosaurs in space. I don't know, it just didn't feel like Dino Crisis. Alright, and we got a futuristic racer, Mag Force Racing. This one's not too bad. It's like a wannabe Wipeout, basically. Wipeout is good. And we got Outrigger. So I guess this was like kind of Sega's own FPS they wanted to put on the console, aside from Unreal Tournament and Quake 3 Arena. But I think they also had Rainbow Six as well. But, yeah. And we got Time Stalkers. The vampire here. Alright. And next we got Fur Fighters. Definitely a great third-person shooter here. Has a unique story, cool weapons, all that good stuff. And next we have Spawn in the Demon's Head. Freaking great game. Yeah, this is definitely a fun one. Well, it's funny, I think I remember playing the arcade version at the Luxor. Back to the arcade, like, back in the day, dude. Like, it was crazy because I never would have thought I would see the arcade version of Spawn in there. But then they ported it to Dreamcast. Because they played on Dreamcast first, and then they actually had it there. So I think this was like around the early 2000s. You know, back when they still had arcades. Well, good arcades. It's like modern day arcades. To me, they're like gambling halls for kids now. Just stupid ticket games everywhere. And we got Sony Express Gator 1. Definitely the definitive edition. It's like the best version you can play. I mean, I think it's also on PC too, but we're not talking about PC. We're talking about like the best console version. Definitely, it's going to be the Dreamcast version. And we're not talking about the remake of 1 and 2. Definitely this one. And we got Omicron. Didn't see it coming. Omicron. The No Missile. We got our boy David Bowie. Rest in peace, sir. You'll always be missed, my friend. Alright, so then we got Mortal Kombat Gold. See, this version was cool because they added more characters, new stages, and whatnot. Yeah, this was pretty cool. Nope. Anyways. Sorry guys, I needed additional light too. It was kind of getting dark. Alright, and we got a reproduction case. So this is the Psychic Force 2012. Definitely a very unique fighter, and I played this before I got the one on PlayStation. Like, I love the whole fighting, like psychics fighting in a cube, and then it's like 360 degree, like, what is it, angles? Oh yeah, so you're like 360 degrees flying up in the air, and you can go like pretty much anywhere.
And I like how like you can knock people out of the cube and just shatter it. Like, yeah, this game is freaking awesome. Psychic Force 2012. Right. Next we got is South Park Rally. Respect my authority. Yeah, definitely an interesting take on kart racers, because you think it was just gonna be a straightforward, like, oh, it's like Mario Kart, but with South Park characters. But no, it had some like unique modes too, like, you know, finding an item, bringing it to a certain area, blah blah blah. Well, it was fun, man, especially if you love like the early seasons of South Park. Yeah, that was a fun one. And a great Dreamcast exclusive, we got Toy Commander. God, this game was such a unique experience, man. Like, I really loved it. The whole concept of like freaking rogue teddy bear who plans like an attack against his owner for disowning him. You know, kind of like Toy Story, I guess, in a way. You know, just other toys who feel like they were just disowned and want to fight against their master and all that. Well, yeah, I love that game. Toy Commander was freaking good. And we got Tee Off Golf. Another crappy Game Crazy sticker. There's something to get off the case. Yeah, Tee Off Golf is pretty cool. It's kind of reminiscent of like Hot Shots Golf on PlayStation. And another Game Crazy sticker. So we got Star Wars Episode 1, Jedi Power Battle. A decent Star Wars game. Alright, so we got Georgian Blast. The fun arcade style shooter here. Playing as like a little mini mech fighting kaiju. Definitely fun. Definitely fun. And we got Sonic Adventure 2. Very worthy sequel of Sonic Adventure 1. Love the multiplayer. Just, you know, really not much to say about this game. We already know it's awesome. But can't wait for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie with Shadow. So, yeah, man, that's gonna be freaking awesome. Although I did like the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. I mean, there were some cringy moments, don't get me wrong, but the way they portrayed Knuckles, like with his whole warrior mentality, like, that was great. Like, they didn't make him too stupid or anything. But, yeah, it was great portrayal of Knuckles. And we got Shenmue. I think I remember only paying like $15 for this. It only came with like 3 discs. I think I was missing like the 3rd disc. So yeah, I had disc 1, 2, and Shenmue Passport. But then finally found the 3rd disc for like, you know, I think it was like $10 or less. Well, what's funny is I actually beat the sequel first before I beat this one. So yep, Shenmue. Timeless classic. Alright, we got Heavy Metal Geomatrix. So this one wasn't as gory as I thought it was going to be, because I think Spawn was a little more gorier, because you can literally like blow people apart with explosives or cut them in half with your giant sword or whatnot. But this doesn't live up to like the violent nature of Heavy Metal Geomatrix. I mean, yeah, just blood and all that, but no gore or dismemberments or anything. But anyways, you know, it's still a solid arena shooter. Plus it has some good music by Megadeth and another band called Dust to Dust. They had like 2 or 3 good songs on there. That's kind of what got me to their band. Oh, of course, it's gonna have Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves. Definitely one of the best fighters on Dreamcast. People always say this is like the 3rd strike of Fatal Fury. Alright. Alright, and we got Bust to Move 4. One of the best puzzle games of all time. Well, series. Like, this is like my favorite puzzle series of all time, for sure. I remember, what was this? I got this from Play and Trade back in not old Henderson, but like, when I used to live in Henderson, many years ago. And I think they're like barely just opening. Like, the store hasn't been there for very long. And I got this game for $5. Literally $5. And I'm sure it would, like, valued at more. But yeah, definitely a great dealio. Next we got Miss Pacman, Maze Madness. Very fun 3D iteration of Miss Pacman. And we got Worms Armageddon. Can't go wrong with Worms, man. Although my all-time favorite one will always be Worms 2 on PC, man. All the cool custom levels I made, and you know, it was just a solid game. I mean, Armageddon was cool, don't get me wrong, but for me it was Worms 2. I never played the first one, so Worms 2 was the first Worms game in the series that I played. Next we got is Virtua Fighter 3 TB. Yeah, definitely a solid fighting series, man. Can't go wrong with Virtua Fighter. Next we got is Slave Zero. Definitely a fun mech game. I love how, like, you can go in the city and, like, basically, like, pick up people, throw people. You can grab, like, girders and just, like, chuck it at buildings and destroy cars and stuff. And yeah, this was a solid mech game. Alrighty, folks, we're almost there, man. Almost to the finish line. Alright, so next we got is Fighting Vipers 2. Yeah, I freaking love this game on Dreamcast. Or no, sorry. What I meant to say was, I love the first game on Sega Saturn. Actually, I think as a kid, I remember playing this in the arcade, like Fighting Vipers 1. Yeah, it was pretty fun, man. And then now that I got Saturn, you know, I got like the Japanese version of it. And that one you can unlock Pepsi Man. But yeah, this one's pretty solid too. I like how there's the guy with the bike. So you can like use his bike as a weapon and stuff. Yeah, good old Fighting Vipers 2. Good stuff. Alright, and more fighting goodness. We got Soul Calibur 1. Definitely a fantastic fighter. Cannot go wrong with this. I remember there's this one time when me and Blue Ranger Power were like playing Soul Calibur at his place before we had to go to school. Because usually, like, okay, so once upon a time, me and Blue Ranger Power lived in the same neighborhood back in Henderson, like many years ago. So back in high school, so this was like, let's see, graduated 06, so 2002. But I actually knew Blue Ranger Power since 7th or 8th grade in middle school, so knew him a lot longer. But yeah, anyways, we were playing Soul Calibur one morning, and I remember when we both blocked at the same time, and we were near the edge of one of the arenas, so we basically wrung each other out. So we both fell off the stage into the water. It was some funny shit. Like, I wish we had that recording, man. Alright, next game we got is Capcom vs. SNK. Definitely a fantastic series. Alright. And we got Project Justice, sequel to Rival Schools. Very solid sequel, man. So good. Oh, so I remember first playing this, one of my high school friends, he actually burnt me a couple Dreamcast games, and this was one of them. And I freaking fell in love with it, and it was like the Japanese version too. I think the other games that he burnt me was Guilty Gear X, and then what was the other one? Oh yeah, it was like a Gundam game. It was like Gundam versus Xeon or
That was a fun Gundam game too. I think I have it somewhere. Okay. Alright, almost done, guys. Almost done. Okay, so we got
Best Arena Fighters of all time, Power Stone 1. Love this game. Love the sub-boss and the final boss in this game.
the pirate Kraken. And I love his like cool like pirate. What is it? Like his undead pirate form is so cool when he got all 3 power stones. One of his supers was like his head grows and then he tries to suck you up like a vacuum and just chews you out and spits you out. It was great. And then Valgus, he was a crazy final boss. And then his second form was just like disgusting and cool. And, yeah, it's just a solid arena fighter here. And then one of the best sequels of all time, Power Stone 2. Freaking love this game. Alright, and we got Army Man, Sergeant's Hero. Always love the Army Men series, man. 3DO, like, yeah, they're onto something with that. Like, let's make those green plastic toys into a video game.
And we got Dead or Alive 2, a vehicle physics game.
Yeah, I think this game was also on the Dreamcast demo I had. So I had like Sonic Adventure, Dead or Alive 2, Rayman 2, and I think Ready to Rumble. Well, anyways. Alright, last 2 games, folks. Finally there. So my favorite FPS, one of my favorite FPSs of all time being Unreal Tournament. So yeah, I freaking love this game on Dreamcast, man. Like, never played on PC back in the day. I wasn't like super big in PC. But yeah, I just fell in love with this game on Dreamcast. Although there was, you can get like a mouse and keyboard support, like peripherals for your Dreamcast. So you can play it like you are playing on the PC. But, yeah. Freaking love it.
And then we got its competitor, Quake 3 Arena. Oh, complete copy. Sorry, I know I have 2 copies of this now, so... yeah, you cannot go wrong with Quake 3.
Although, I always loved the first Quake out of the whole series. Quake 3 is good, but Quake 1 is the best. And the remaster is, like, freaking amazing. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. Well, I think I covered all the Dreamcast games. Making sure. So yes, quite an extensive collection here. Oh wait, hold on. Alright, so figures I have one more tiny pile here, so my apologies, folks. Alright, so moving on, we got the coveted Japanese copy, Marvel's Capcom 2. So this one I got for like about 15 bucks, like new condition, pretty neat. So I know with the American Dreamcast, you can't play the Japanese games unless you have the Dreamcast boot disc. So I remember like paying 10 bucks for this on Etsy. So yeah, someone else did all the work and I just bought it. I'm like, fuck it. Worth it to play the Japanese NBC2. So on top of the American copy, got the Japanese. So, very nice. Alright.
And we got Ready to Rumble Boxing. Definitely a fun boxing game.
Alright.
And we got Kiss Psycho Circus. Very unique first-person shooter.
Alright.
And we got Grand Theft Auto 2, Dreamcast version.
Which was funny because I already knew the first 2 games on PlayStation. And then of course the expansion, it was like the London one.
but I had no idea they had a GTA 2 on Dreamcast, so that's pretty solid. And we got Machinex, first-person hack and slasher. Very unique game, man. I like the whole like mind-jacking thing. So you can like, if you beat an enemy, you can like switch, like brain jack them and then become them. And they have their own like special abilities and special attacks and stuff. Yeah, this is a pretty solid game.
Alright, and very last game, I swear to God.
Shadow Man. Yes. Yes, yes. This was the definitive console version. I'm not talking about PC. I got nothing against PC. I already know, like, yeah, those are like the best versions if you had a high-end computer. But if we're talking console, it was always the Dreamcast version that was the best. And then, of course, I got the Shadow Man remaster that I downloaded on Switch and Xbox One. And then I also pre-ordered the physical Unlimited Run games for Switch. So, pretty cool, man. So, look forward to future Limited Run games video, Shadow Man Remastered.
Whew! Alright. We are finally done, folks. So, that concludes this long but awesome video game collection video for the Sega Dreamcast. So, until next video, thank you all for watching. Peace out.